Welcome to St Cristobal, Chiapas, Mexico. Let's go and explore this beautiful town of ancient tradition, architecture and culture. I've been living in Mexico for 6 weeks now and St Cristobal for the last week, and I'm going to show you why it's my favourite Mexican town by an absolute mile. I live just up there, so I'm on a relatively, for Mexico, quiet road, about a 10-12 minute walk from the old town which we're heading to now. The first thing to note about St Cristobal, which is amazing as an Englishman, and I think many Westerners travelling would appreciate, is that the climate is very, very different to the rest of Mexico. The rest of Mexico is hot. St Cristobal is perfect. We're 7,000 foot above sea level here, so it's remarkably different. I find that most evenings I wear a hoodie and joggers. It's actually quite chilly in the evening, but in the daytime you can be in shorts and t-shirt, and the sun still shines every day, but it doesn't melt you. It's the first time I've been able to walk around in Mexico without sweating, so that's a massive positive. And there's a lot more that's amazing about St Cristobal, which I'll show you shortly. So after traveling Mexico for 6 weeks, I'd all but given up on ever finding a restaurant, a cafe that appeals. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the Mexican restaurants, don't get me wrong. But what I mean is, as a Westerner, you want that bit of high class, that next level every now and again. And I just thought it didn't exist in Mexico. Oh, the above decorations have fallen down, they're getting repaired now. And then I got to St Cristobal, and suddenly you're surrounded by beautiful, artisan, fantastic businesses. An example of Mexican community here, how everyone works together, everyone pitches in, everyone's still connected. I've really been sensing that a lot here in St Cristobal. Another thing to note is I feel completely safe, no matter what time of day, whether it's a dark side street. I've had absolutely no interactions to cause me any concern at all. I'm pretty much always the only white face, and everybody is nothing but friendly. Here is what is probably the main square, but there's two squares that could very easily be the main square. Oops. Oh, thank you. Gracias. So, one thing I have noticed about St Cristobal is basically the roads are not designed for this many cars. And I've been really shocked at how pleasant and accommodating Mexican drivers are to tourists or to pedestrians in general. Like, they stop all the time. That was my experience in Cancun, in Tulum. Not so much here, although that one did just stop for me. Definitely more aggressive driving, but it's probably because they're constantly in traffic jams. Anyway, here's the main square, the main cathedral or church. I took a clip of that inside the other day, so I'll show you that now. But isn't it gorgeous? Absolutely stunning. Then there's this great big cross here, so presumably this is all from the Spanish conquerors. I'll tell you a little bit of history that I've googled shortly, as if I'm a proper travel vlogger. It is so much cheaper here as well than everywhere else I've been in Mexico. I think Chiapas in general is just probably the cheapest area of Mexico. That's certainly my experience and what people tell me. I mean, in every way, food, ganja, rent. I'm currently paying £8 a night for basically my own apartment. It's absolutely fantastic. Right, this is the other main square, which in the evening, which I'll show you, you'll see so much culture. There was just the most amazing Mexican dancing on that stage over there last night. And it looks like there's about to be a bit more, but I'm concerned that this music is copyrighted. So we're about to do some dancing. We'll come back to this in a minute. So I just want to show you a few other things. Whoa! There's lots of stuff to trip over. This place is amazing. Every night there's a band up there or a group up there. I'm not sure if it's open to the public or not, but you just see people getting together, dancing, making music. Beautiful community. I'll show you that tonight. Yeah, I look forward to returning to this beautiful square with you tonight, which will be later in this video, of course. It comes alive, it's amazing. Like everywhere I've been in Mexico, there is also a heavy police presence here too. It's just chock-a-blocked with beautiful old buildings like this. So, can we go inside? So we're only 100 meters from that other massive church I've showed you. So yeah, I think the Spaniards brought a lot of Christianity to St Cristobal. Beautiful. The side grounds to the church. Just stunning, stunning. There's entertainers everywhere, we'll see a lot more of that tonight. So now we're on the Umbrella Street. I think most of the buildings I'm showing you were created by the Spanish between 1528 and 1821 when they colonized these lands. St Cristobal was formerly the capital of Chiapas. The Spanish established a military fort here after their victories over the Zacus and Chipanex tribes. It's had many different names, but it rejoined the Mexican Republic state in 1824, and in 1829 it became San Cristobal de las Casas. This guy's crazy friendly. I met him the other night. Yo, Bo, how you doing, man? Oh, not quite as chatty and friendly today, but yesterday you really wanted to chat.
Yes.
Gracias, amigo. Understanding is that these are Maya people. There's a real mix of cultures here. There's what I would call, or seems to be, the traditional tribes people, which I believe are Maya, and then there's your more modern middle-class Mexican, as is displayed here.
And there's lots of silly little wickle chihuahuas.
So the whole place is encapsulated and surrounded with these incredible mountains that, yeah, just go right around. There's the other side. And then in the middle is this beautiful, is it a city or a town? I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm not a city or town person. I hate concrete. I like to be in the jungle or in nature. And when I first arrived here, having been in Palenque for almost 2 weeks, which is the jungle, my heart sank and I was like, what am I doing here? But after 24 hours, I started to feel it. I started to feel the energy. I started to feel the culture. And it's incredible. I think I could end up staying here for a month. I absolutely love it. There's loads of tours you can do from here as well. Loads of waterfalls, ruins, coffee plantations, villages that you can see. It is a great place to come as a tourist. I'd highly recommend it. Or as an expat. I could really see this working as an expat. You've got the chilled outness, the mountains, but then you've also got the amenities and beautiful restaurants and cafes. Very similar to Thailand in that regard, where I lived for a year. So many different beautiful places that you want to eat, which so far has been hard to find in Mexico. Until I arrived in St Cristobal. Loads of quaint little shops like this, an interesting bookshop, lots of galleries. So many unique independent businesses that are just fascinating. Look at this, this is what I mean, just these are everywhere. This isn't even, I mean it is very nice, but you know, I've seen even better ones, just beautiful spaces everywhere. It's an example of the traffic and the mountain. Although I've not seen one Muslim in my whole time in Mexico, we do still have the odd caravan of peace barriers, but to be fair, it's on a tight corner. It's nothing to do with the Muslims, don't worry. Another stunning side street. Happy Mexican children out socializing. There's just such a joy and community and energy to this place. So many gorgeous fruit shops and artisan bakeries as well. Look at that. Beautiful.
La 30.
That costs 70 pesos for a melon, some bananas, and a load of rambutan, which are the best things ever. So what's that? About £2.50. A wooga! Hello, little one. Oh, you little cutie. Hello. Another gorgeous side street with some very interesting graffiti and artwork. So I'm sad to say Mexico would be a real struggle if you're disabled. Just look at this pavement, it's non-stop ups and downs. I wouldn't recommend coming here if you're in a wheelchair, as sad as that is. The other thing about Mexico is they're obsessed with speed bumps. Everywhere. speed bumps, speed bumps, speed bumps, even on tight little roads like, ooh, that van smells of ganja. Even on, oh no, I don't think it's a van. I think it's, I think it might be coming from in here. Nice. Yeah, there's another one just up ahead here. Yeah, even on these tight little roads, it must be so frustrating to drive on. Speed bumps. But even on the highways, speed bumps. It's bizarre. An uphill shot, a straight shot, and another speed bump. It's a place that's very set up for tourists. If you've got kids, then you'll probably want to get on this. Row of absolutely stunning businesses here. Let's just check out this place. I hadn't even seen a coffee machine before I came to St Cristobal. And then suddenly, every place has got a beast like that. Gracias. YouTube. Bye. Everybody needs the monies today. There's a right queue for the bank. What's on the stage now? What do you call that? A glockenspiel? Let's go down here. So I've seen this guy throughout Mexico. I don't know if he stands outside every pharmacy or if it's just a particular kind, but he's having a good dance and enjoying Mexican life. And we have another one of these gorgeous streets that's encapsulated by a fabric of some sort above. And again, stunning restaurants everywhere you look. I think I'll just show you one more beautiful cafe space. Look at that. Wow, look at that coffee machine. I think that's the best one I've seen so far. Did a live stream on my other channel the other night, and a very beautiful, kind subscriber called Paint It Black gave me $10 so I could have a beer on here. So we'll be doing that tonight. It's just so beautiful. Such a gorgeous, gorgeous place. Through the fabric walkway we go, and we'll take in a Mexican family. I'm not quite sure if you can see the beautiful building at the end, and I'm not sure what it is, whether it's a gate, a cathedral. I mean, it's definitely something Christian. It's got bells and crosses, so we'll go and check that out. And then I'm going to take you to my favourite place, where I'm a bit embarrassed to say I've had lunch every single day, but I think you'll see why when we get there. So there is, you know, the extremes, a lot of poverty, but also a lot of affluence. I lived in Thailand for a year, and I've travelled a lot of the world, and I find the big difference between the East and the West is the extremes out here. You know, it's beauty, freedom, joy, connection, community, jail, death, you know, there's no in between compared to the grey, straight lines of England that are all designed to just keep you in the narrow path, the narrow way. And I don't mean in a Christian sense, I mean in a retarded, brainwashed sense. Very little wokeness here. You see the odd little bit of libtardation. I mean, at least it's not blue. You know, a little bit of colour in the hair. I think I've seen 4 blue-haired people so far. But yeah, there's none of that crap here, really. Look at that. Absolutely stunning architecture everywhere you look. Just makes so much difference. Like, it's so inspirational just being, it's like walking through York in England. And of course it's all by design, but everywhere, every city in the West now just puts up the same square, soulless, brutalist blocks. Berlin looking the same as London, looking the same as Melbourne. No culture, no individual nature to them. Just the same depressing, uninspiring crap everywhere. Which is why I love the East, because it's all still so raw and natural and individualized and full of character and culture and cobbled roads. And there isn't Keir Starmer shagging Ukrainian rent boys and putting English people in jail for social media posts, which is always a nice bonus too. A stunning building, love it. Natural homemade crisps, I love these. In fact, I think I'll get a couple of bags. Hola! Dos. Hola amigo, Polo Mediano. As much as I love the westernised amazing restaurants, I actually never go in them. I always come to places like this where you'll get half a chicken, a barbecued onion, a barbecued chilli, a load of hot sauce, and it is blooming hot. And rice for £3.50. Here's my hotel room, which is more like an apartment, which I'm paying £8 a night for if you get a bit out of the city. Another bed up there, then you can get a right bargain. The first of many buskers that we'll see tonight. So I thought that was a couple dancing, and then I realised it was a special needs guy, so I wasn't focusing on him because he was special needs. I realised once I'd done it, and it was a nice clip of a busker, so it's staying in the video. Even the tourist shops here are really desirable. It's so different to somewhere like Players del Carmen, where it's just everyone's screaming at you and it's overpriced and tacky. You know, even the tackier elements of this place are perfecto. You know, you're with the bourgeoisie when you've got cacao cafes. There's a man in some very tight shorts. Let's see what's happening in the main square tonight. As always, we've got music up on the tower being created. Adds such a lovely atmosphere and energy to the place. Love it. And the poisonous candy floss seller. Beautiful. Nice juxtaposition of life for you there. And the shoe cleaners, there's so many shoe cleaners. I wonder how there's business for so many shoe cleaners. Why do people like such shiny shoes in Mexico? You can get your photo taken with these gorgeous ladies for £1 or £2, I imagine. If you're here with your children, you've got some superheroes. There's usually Sonic and Pikachu with them as well. I wonder where they are tonight. And every night we have this clothes market stall. It's actually really good, beautiful. Look at these woolen knitted wares. I think I may have to treat myself to one of these before I leave St Cristobal. And as always, the towering cross outside the cathedral is always a hub of activity, socialisation and Mexican culture. And there'll always be people carrying buns on their bonts. Many amazing pastries on offer. And of course Mexican food wagons wherever you look, in amongst all the amazing restaurants. Just to let you know, I have bought many pastries off that woman, so I think I deserve to take a clip of it. And as you'll notice, there's very few tourists. It's all very Mexican. This is being filmed in July, so I don't think it is high season. But you know, you can come here and experience a nice homogenous culture, but all get on and still have cohesion and community and joy and beauty happens. It's funny how that seems to happen in homogenous cultures, isn't it? I thought diversity was our strength. A glimpse of the nightlife. This is the sort of place where you could be dining or drinking. The square is buzzing as always as the next band prepares to enter the stage. More characters that you can get a memorable photo with if he wishes. It's a very well-to-do area, the place to be seen on the square. Gorgeous. So I think these ladies are part of the Maya tradition, the original tribe that was around these parts before the Spaniards came. But I don't really know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to be a travel vlogger. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Am I informing you? And as I always have done in Mexico, I feel extremely safe with my camera out amongst all these Mexicans. I get nothing but smiles. Another lovely establishment and another right next to it. I'll just look at this place. It's like a jungle down there. Take a look at one more restaurant. This is so I've not seen anything like this in Mexico until I came to St Cristobal. Amazing. Gosh, there's shops up there as well. Look, unbelievable, stunning. About another year of YouTube, I think, before I can dine in here. Let's go and get some tacos from a traditional Mexican place. Maybe you could help a brother out, drop a little like and subscribe. Maybe we'll get there a bit faster and then we can go and dine in restaurants like that together. Or if you really want to help the cause, there's bank details, buy me a coffee and Patreon in the description below. Nice one. The beautiful building I showed you earlier, lit up at night. And if he's into giving the power away to deities, then you've got another cathedral church type thing just outside the town centre, which is stunning. This is more me right now, a traditional Mexican place where we'll eat for £1.50. Like all restaurants in Mexico, even the posh ones, we have a TV to watch. Lovely. So it turns out this is the menu, so I have no idea what I've just ordered. I just pointed at that and said 3. Let's see what happens. Great to see 2 young men running a business and doing well, successfully running a restaurant. Love it. We've just seen that on the wall, so I think you're meant to choose that bit first rather than just point to one of the ingredients. Let's see what we get. Here we go, what we've got is tacos, of course it's tacos, gracias amigo. you're going to get me some sides as well. Side. Oh, no, they're not for me. Oh, I think there's another one about to get added. So it needed the limes, gracias. Everything has to have limes in Mexico. We get guacamole as well, everything we need. Those were some spicy tacos, but they were very good. 42 pesos for 3. Unbelievable. In Tulum, it's like 100 or 120. So that is £1.50 for 3. Splendid, but spicy tacos. Gracias, amigo. If you don't like spicy food, you are going to struggle in Mexico. But I would say just stop being a pussy and get over it. I think a key question that travel vloggers never answer is how much is the ganja and how do you get it? Well, I'm not sure how you get it because I use Grindr, more on that in a minute. But if I wasn't using Grindr, I would try one of these guys. Prices, 20 quid for a quarter in Tulum. Way more in Playa del Carmen. Here, 15 quid for a quarter. Using Grindr, highly recommend it. If you want to get substances, definitely the best way. Might be a bit too homoerotic for you. You will get some cock pics. But for me, well, not really a problem for me. So I used to thrive off cock pics. But now I just use it as my green supplier. I put on my profile looking for 420 and it arrives within hours every time. Alright, so that was the biggest attempt I've ever given to being an actual travel vlogger. What I actually do is just share my life every day as an expat, escaping the UK. All the highs, all the lows, you come along with me. Rather than what I've done in this video, which is like showy, look at this, it's not really my style. But I thought I'd try one out. So let me know what you think in the comments. If this is the first video of mine you found, please join us for the journey. Like and subscribe. We're gonna travel the whole of South America and you're coming with me, baby. So I'll see you tomorrow. Big love. We'll play the video out with a couple of minutes of this band, the dancing that's occurring, and then I'll put a few more nighttime clips from my other videos on. Enjoy! Everyone is popping up! What a great energy! When was the last time you felt anything like this in the UK? These ladies are doing a fine trade tonight. It's non-stop custom. Oh, and even the bear thing's earning a few shekels. Go on, bear thing. Dancing man's back. I wondered where he was. He's here every night. It's awesome. A fantastic energy this man has. People stop and dance with him. Wow, look at this place. Oh, in fact, I've already shown it you from the other side.